Well, today we're looking at Vworp Vworp Magazine because it's that time of year when a new issue has come out. So this was issue 1, which you got the lovely rub-down transfers with. Oh, I love rub-down transfers. Then they came out with volume 2, which is, you know, it's a good way to progress, 1 and 2. Then there was a special that compiled volumes 1 and 2, which I think has been re-released with a new cover. Then they did volume 3, and then they did variants of volume 3, and then they did volume 4, and variants of volume 4, and variants of the variants of volume 4. And I know what you're thinking, what could possibly come next? What could they do after volume 4? Well, volume 5. And the good thing about Vworp Vworp is, even though the magazine itself is worth 10 times what they charge for it, you always get a little free gift. So you got things like, let's say, the rub-down transfers in issue 1, you got a Weetabix game, you got CDs and records, and it's a CD this time. So you get a CD, and it's a really interesting one, because at first you look at it and go, what is this? What? That's not the Doctor. And then you look at it and it's Arthur Bostrom, who was the policeman in Hello Hello, wasn't he, I think? One that had a hilarious accent, like most of the characters in Hello Hello. So basically, and it tells you about it in the magazine, which we'll have a look at in a second, but there was going to be there was a pitch for a Saturday morning cartoon version of Doctor Who with an all-new Doctor, all-new adventures, which would have been both interesting and horrifying because it looks awful. It looks like really generic Saturday morning cartoon. I've not listened to this yet, so hopefully it'll change my mind and I'll think this version of the Doctor is the best thing going. But I won't hold my breath. So I went with the Ridgway cover, because as you know, I love a bit of Ridgway. I've got some original artwork up there. So I went with this cover. Finances being what they are, couldn't afford them all this time, but perhaps, you know, I make window pools. So as usual, it's super lavish. Look at that rundown of articles. I don't know how they do it, to be honest. I've often considered cancelling my subscription to the Doctor Who magazine because it's become pretty rubbish, to be honest. From my point of view, I've not a lot of interest in it. I'm much more classic Who than modern Who. And I don't know how they do this so lavishly, so well, so professionally at the price. And it's always, you get so much value in it. Every single issue I've learnt something new, and I've been watching Doctor Who, you know, for 50 years. There's always new little bits to learn, little tidbits that you never knew, because we all think we know the history of Doctor Who, and these guys will dig stuff out. So this is this was going to be the cartoon version of Doctor Who. I mean, it looks rubbish, doesn't it? I'm glad they found it all out, but it would have been terrible, I think. It looks like the worst Saturday morning cartoons that we used to get. So various little ones. There would have been new versions of the Master and the Rani, I expect. So here's some of their costume sketches. Lots and lots of detail, so pure full history. I've never seen it anywhere else. I wonder if they're making it all up. They could be, couldn't they? We don't know that any of this is true. It could be just a pack of lies. Let's have a look. So there's a new comic strip by John Ridgway, which is just amazing. Really good read. It's the remember the Star Tigers from Doctor Who Weekly. So it's a continuation of that. It's excellent. There's stuff about fanzines. There's a new continuation of the Iron. Was it Iron Empire? The Roman Iron Empire. Yep. This is fascinating as well. I love this sort of thing. So proposed designs for the DVD and CD cases. So I actually got that one to sign my one, but there was going to be proposed like Dalek ones and TARDIS ones. Amazing. Various comic strips. A look at the Curse of the Daleks stage play. Just pictures you've never seen before. It's just amazing. I don't know where they come from. I imagine these guys, with all the money they've obviously made from selling these magazines, have purchased a time machine. They just go back in time to do it. There's a comic adaptation of the Noel Edmonds Crinkly Bottom skit, embarrassing skit that they did before the 3D Doctor Who. Very nice article on the Colin Baker comic strips, which I think was the pinnacle of the Doctor Who comic strip. Just some absolutely chock full of wonderful stuff. So if you haven't got it, I advise you go and get it. I'll put the link down below. I'm not associated with these guys, although it's quality work all the way through. Trods. So yeah, I'm going to give this a listen a bit later on, see what it's like. I did enjoy their last one, the Dalek comic strip continuation. But yeah, there's various different covers. I think some of them are now sold out. That's the thing with it, it's a very limited print run, I think, so grab them while you can. I think there still are copies of the collected 1 and 2, but I think some of the other issues are now sold out. But if you're any sort of interest in Doctor Who, and especially Doctor Who comic strips, it's the magazine to get. And I regret calling it a magazine really, because look at it, it's a book. There's so much to read in it. But yeah, another great one. Thanks to the guys that produce it, whose names I forget, but you're all wonderful. If you want to see more books and magazines from Doctor Who or various other things, I've got far too many. I need to clean out, I think. Please like and subscribe if you can, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks then. Bye.